now tell us about your business. How many machines have you got out in the field now?
Got 6 locations, but a lot more on the way. A lot of meetings in progress, and just more on the way. It's going to be a busy remainder of the year, and 2026 should be nuts. So,
coffee, micro markets, and vending dreams, break room legends, and winning teams. Neil drops gold from behind the scenes.
Hey guys, welcome to the Neil from New Zealand show. Really excited to introduce today's guest because I consider him to be the new breed coming through in our industry. A lot of the legacy vendors who have been around for a while are leaving. They're selling out to the big companies, Canteen, Aramark, and Sodexo. And today's guest, Matt Seavers, is one of those guys. His company is Goodland Vending up in Milwaukee. Let's jump in and say hi.
how you doing, Neil?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to chat to you today and learn a little bit about what I call the new breed coming through, which is you from Goodland Vending in Milwaukee. So, Matt, tell us a little bit about you and your business.
So I started this business officially, registered as an LLC in April. So I'm new,
Brand
less
new.
than 6 months.
Wow.
And or about 6 months, coming up on the market. But, saw this, came from the CPG world, beverage marketing, and on the beverage side and hospitality, bars and restaurants. And was kind of thinking of my next move and what I wanted to get into next. I saw this industry kind of a little old and antiquated in some of the ways with old coil-based vending machines and kind of cash, and just started seeing some research on it with different AI machines and, AI-powered new technology and cashless and just how this world is really going to that, and even seeing them in airports.
Yeah.
And so the light bulb kind of hit, and I was like, I wonder, just using my sales marketing expertise over the years and CPG knowledge, like this seems like a perfect fit.
Yeah.
So here we
I love
are.
it. Hey, tell us a little bit about the CPG company you work for, because this is the thing, right? There's a lot of people are working really hard in other industries and in adjacent industries, and they start looking. But tell us a little bit about that job that you'd had.
Well, I cut my teeth in CPG with the Pabst Brewing Company. So I managed field marketing on the east side of the country for about 7 years. And then that led into some bars and restaurants, being involved as a partner in those. Pandemic hit, stepped away from that. And then I started my own beverage brand with a business partner from Pabst, or a guy I worked with at Pabst. We did that for about 3.5 years, and I recently stepped away from the day-to-day of that in the beginning of this year.
Okay.
So
still have equity in the company, just letting it run.
Prime to look for something new, and seeing what's next.
Yeah, and then how long have you been looking into our industry, and were you looking at other things as well and decided on doing this?
Well, it all kind of started because I had a knee injury this winter from a skiing accident. So I had a little bit too much downtime on my hands.
Yep.
That had me looking on the internet, thinking of what's next.
Yeah.
And so started researching into this world. So that would probably happen late February.
Okay.
And then I acted on it in April.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And now tell us about your business. How many machines have you got out in the field now?
Got 6 locations, but a lot more on the way. A lot of meetings in progress, and just more on the way. It's going to be a busy remainder of the year, and 2026 should be nuts. So
that's going to be exciting to come into the new year and have. It sounds like maybe about a dozen locations going into the next year.
Yeah, it'll be about a dozen, if not more. So yeah.
No, that's very exciting. Hey, so now tell us about your equipment. Are you vending, or are you going, it sounds like you're going more smart coolers?
Yeah, I don't have any machines that accept cash. I'm using all kind of the smart coolers that you see. And primarily been working with ABS and Sandstar on their machines.
Hey, now tell me a little bit more, because that's an interesting topic, right? Because it sounds like you've teamed up with AVS, which is a very popular company in America for young vendors to start, because they've got a wealth of experience there. So how did you come across AVS?
Quick sponsor's message to help pay the bills.
Welcome to our family. Thinking of getting into vending or amusements? Start with a team that has been doing this for over 50 years.
AVS started in 1971 as American Vending Sales. Just one shop selling used equipment out of Chicago.
Today we are a nationwide distributor across the United States, servicing the vending, micro markets, amusement, and gaming communities.
And yep, we still treat every customer like family, big or small.
Whether you need a single vending machine or an entire room of games, we have it all, and we can install it.
Plus, we carry all the parts and accessories to keep your machines running, earning, and looking sharp.
Our customers stay with us because we don't just ship boxes, we build relationships.
Our expert team will help you through every step. First-time buyers to full-scale operators.
We have helped hundreds of companies launch, scale, and grow, and we would love to help yours too.
AVS Companies, your partner in the latest innovation of vending, smart coolers, gaming, and amusement.
They've got a wealth of experience there. So how did you come across AVS?
Well, first of all, they were located, I'm in a group, Vendingpreneurs. Mike Hoffman, he's a guy on social media that I kind of came across in this time and doing some research. And so I joined that group. And in that group, I talked to a few other Vendingpreneurs in that group. And one thing that some of the seasoned operators all said, they're like, if I could do it all over again, I would try to find one company to work with. So I didn't have 4, 5, 6 different operating systems on the back end to just keep my life simple, from account management and revenue share and all those different pieces. So the wheel started turning to find the right partner to work with. And AVS has an office in like one of their main headquarters, not far from where I live, about 35 minutes. So I gave Tom a call, who's the VP over there, and had a site visit with them and meeting. And a big piece for me was, can I work with a company that will pick up the phone if I have a problem, right? Will they pick up the phone, or can they be there if I have an issue, right? As opposed to just working for some company overseas or Canada, you know, working with someone that's local and they will pick up my phone call, answer a question, and troubleshoot, you know, whatever I need. So
I love it. And that's the thing, right? The one thing, as I do these podcasts and talk to more and more entrepreneurs exactly in our space, is and in fact, in one of the last videos, they called it the maestro. And I consider AVS to be a maestro company, not one person. Is you've got to go to someone that knows the industry, because there's a lot of ins and outs to this that you don't know coming in. It looks super easy, but there's a lot of moving parts. So to have someone like AVS pick up the phone and coach you through it is so important.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, even from questions on, you know, laying out machines to merchandising them to shelf placement and how many chips should I put in a row, how, you know, all these different pieces that as a newbie, when you're coming into something, it's like, like you said, it looks simple until you're like, wait a minute, how many can I actually fit? You know, what goes in a machine? So
Hey, so tell me about your first account. How did you land it? Because this is the most popular topic, and you've come from a marketing and sales background, so that is going to make your life a lot easier. But tell us about your first account.
You know, it was a longer sales cycle than I thought it was going to be. I really started hitting the streets, I would say, like mid-ish, late April. And I didn't actually place my first machine until August. So it just took, or I'm sorry, July. But so it took a couple, 2-3 months to get it up and running, get a contract signed, find the location, kind of work through, you know, this is an apartment complex. So I had to work with the apartment group, and then this wasn't their top priority, right? They've got a lot of other fish to fry and like other issues that are bigger, you know, bigger issues. So it just took a minute to figure it out. But I feel like that first account was really the snowball, you know, and then I was like, kind of understood the blueprint and how to go about doing this and understanding that timeline.
Because that's the thing, right? It's rinse and repeat, or rinse, get a little bit better, repeat. And you learn, 100%. You learn on the fly, right? You can learn on the internet a lot, but it's not until you have your first account or two out in the field, you know, where the rubber meets the road, to learn what's going on.
Oh, for sure. Learning through doing. And just
now,
getting out there, getting your
But how did you get that account? Is it just did you cold call it? Did they come in online? I know you've got a beautiful website.
It was pop-ins, you know, it was just going in there physically, bringing in a one-page marketing flyer, shaking hands, talking to someone. I was a property manager that then led to a discussion with the regional, and then got into had a conversation with the decision maker at the company. And then similar on my second conversation, it was a cold email actually that resulted then in the meeting, and then just following those steps, you know.
I love it. I just did a podcast that just went live yesterday. Bob Bentz, One Source Refreshments in where was he? Philadelphia, and he does about 26 million a year now.
Wow.
But 47 years ago, did exactly what you did. Cold called, got one, and then he got two, and then four, and then he kept going. And I said to him, I asked him, how much business do you have, Bob? And he said, I honestly don't know, but I do know this. I want one more. And that philosophy has driven him for 46 or 47 years to be now where he's got thousands of machines out and does about $26 million a year. You just got to keep going.
Just got to keep going. Yeah. The other thing I found too is, you know, once things are going well in an account, and then asking them for an interest. Do they have a sister account? Do they have another location? Like using that network to help you branch out from there. And that's been super helpful.
No, that's definitely, and that's just going to come from your background in sales and marketing. You know how to do this.
Right.
I love it. Hey, when you won the first account, had you already bought a machine, or then that was the time to go to AVS and buy your first machine?
Well, I went through AVS on my second account for a reason.
Got it. Okay.
It was a student housing location, and they had, you know, traditional machines with the BevMax coolers for drinks, and then kind of a traditional coil-based machine and like a rotating sandwich machine. And they were looking for an upgrade. They were looking for something unique and new and different, and that could have a versatile array of products. And so presented this option to them with some mock-ups and showed them what we could do. And it was a great fit. So we went from 2 machines there to 3. And it's been a great account. So used ABS for that, but reached out to them on the primary focus that they were local, and I could get a machine. I could get machines within about 3 weeks. And it wasn't as crazy of a lead time as some of the other providers and manufacturers.
Definitely. So, do they install it for you, or is it you go and pick it up and then install it yourself?
Yeah, for, you know, like a relatively small delivery fee, they brought them and helped set them up, and incredibly helpful. They had a tech there, and even the VP of the company was on site for me for my first placement. Which, I mean, that just went a long way for me, you know.
Oh, it's huge. I go back to my time. I had about 30 to 40 soda machines and snack machines out in the field, and I decided that my one big company wanted to go into fresh food. And so I went out and bought a fresh food machine, lugged it over there, had to go and rent a truck with a lift gate, delivered it myself, and then set it up. And it was a nightmare. In fact, I had to walk away from the account for about 2 hours because I'd blown my brain out trying to get everything configured right, and it wasn't working. And I just wish I had someone there. I mean, with all their years of experience, someone like an AVS, they could have just helped me. That thing could have been installed in 30 minutes. So
for sure. And I mean, some of the amazing piece too is some of the people that work for that company have been previous operators themselves. So they get it. Like, they see it. They understand the back end. They understand what it is to be an operator with taxes and understanding, you know, restocking and configuring coolers and, you know, where it makes sense to put certain items and all of that, which, like you said, it seems simple and easy until you start really getting...
Exactly. Not even to mention, you know, your account. It might look like it's got one stair, and then maybe up a little notch, 6 or 7 inches into the door. Maybe the door's too skinny. That's it. It's a disaster now trying to figure out how to get it up there.
For sure. We delivered another machine to another location a couple weeks ago, and, you know, we had to take pieces of the door apart in this apartment complex just to get it through, because it was just, I mean, I measured it, but it was just a matter of a 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch too small with the door handle.
Yeah.
It's those things you learn as you go.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine was installing a food machine in a big account here in Pleasanton. Same thing. It was about 1/2 inch too big. Yeah. And the machine took up the whole door. So he had to move it like a fraction of an inch, and then he had to run around the building and go in through another door to come back to move it a 1/4 of an inch. And then he had to run back around, and it took him like an hour to get it through the freaking door well.
Oh man, yeah, I'm sure that'll happen to me at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, so what about now that you've been in for a minute, you've got the 6 accounts, you're on to a dozen. Is the ROI working out for you as you had planned it, or is it better or not as good?
Some accounts have been better than others, right? And it's just really interesting learning that kind of and just buying patterns. Yeah. And really understanding too that first 4 to 6 weeks is like a real learning phase for an account that really you're learning customers' buying behaviors and what they like and doubling up on certain things and immediately taking things away then after a few weeks that aren't selling. Yep. One thing I've jumped into is just sending out Google Forms to my sort of quick survey, simple 2-3 question survey for the tenants. Yep. And then if they want to give an email, I give them a gift basket of like goods. Just thanks for giving me a survey, because what's in the machine that they want is good for me, and then it's good for the account. If there's a revenue share, it's good for everyone. So
totally. If you can get the right types of products in there that they're buying, it can, 20-30% increase.
For sure. Yeah. Like, I mean, one account I had orange Celsius in, but we switched to peach, and it was like night and day difference within 4 days.
And then you'll go and run that somewhere else, and it's the exact opposite.
100%. 100%.
Yep. Definitely got to keep your finger on the pulse. So from a marketing perspective, are you continually walking around looking, eyeballing locations, how many cars out front, all that good stuff?
Oh, 100%. I'm still very much in that mindset. Like if I'm running an errand and I pull up to a stoplight and I'm like, oh, there's an apartment building, there's a business, I'll Google or I'll mark down the address. Yeah. Then when I'm parked, quick Google them, search how many employees or how many units are at this building. And then I'm like, all right, this is worth it for me to stop in and
that's it
and try to connect. Yeah,
you become addictive like that. Everywhere you go, you're scanning. Your wife could be in the car and kids, and they'd become secondary. It's like, all right, where's a location now?
Yeah, it is true. Like looking up to at apartments and buildings, and you're like, oh, that was there, and then trying to go meet them, Yeah.
Are you using social media at all for your business?
Not yet. I was really getting to a place of I should, and I know it's something that I should get into it. I mean, I have
my recommendation, LinkedIn. Right. Every facility manager is probably already on LinkedIn right now, any office manager. And with your skill set, you could figure it out quite quickly. But our software company, Zippy Assist, I've pretty much grown that whole thing on LinkedIn.
Awesome.
I target the particular customers I want. I'll throw content out there. Once I see them liking it, I'll direct message them on LinkedIn and say, hey, notice you've liked a couple of the last posts. Is there anything that we could do for you? So
that's a good, And probably even just taking like real-time images of machines and locations stocked, looking merchandise and great, and then just saying this is something we can provide to your location, school, manufacturing facility, you name it, your apartment.
That's it. In this industry, it's location. Right. And in sales and marketing now, from the angles I see, it's content, and put more content up. Just targeting that group, and then hopefully the leads come flying in. What's next on the horizon? What do you see a year or two from now?
Yeah, I mean, 6 machines now. A year from now, I'd like to be between a minimum of 40. 50 would be next level. So
definitely.
That's
how far off do you think before you would hire an employee to help? Because that's the right. This gets heavy when you're lifting all those sodas. Yeah.
Well, it gets heavy too on top of that, and then even trying to just, restocking inventory, doing those items, and keeping the back end situated, and then going prospecting new accounts.
Yeah.
So later this fall, early winter, I'll have someone on board, and then I'm looking for I have a warehouse facility that I would move into early 2026, where I could take delivery. They have a lift gate and a delivery dock. So that'll be great. Yeah.
Good for you. I just got home yesterday afternoon from the USG Elite Summit, and the USG is a buying group. So it's a lot of it's thousands of vending companies as a group who then go to Coke, Pepsi, Nestle, and negotiate pricing.
I'm plugged in the USG.
Oh, you're in the USG already?
Yep.
Oh, good. Yep. That's good. Yep. Well, there was a lady there that has only been in her own business for just over 4 years now, and she's already at 20 million.
Wow.
It's unheard of, to be honest.
Wow.
I know guys who have been in this industry for 30 years and haven't reached 5 million yet.
Right.
So there's a secret sauce, kind of a special approach to grow that quickly, because first of all, it takes a lot of money to grow that fast.
It takes a lot of money. It's a lot of capital up front,
And did you know that coming in?
I mean, I was aware of like the general price range of the machines, and then having inventory, just enough money to cover all of those pieces and items, insurance layered on top of that too.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'm going to need to buy a van. I need to buy some equipment to get it there. The 4Runner is going to get to a place where it just can't fit what I need, So
I tell you, as I bump around doing what I do, been bumping around this industry for 30 years now, and then I started my own, and I had to do that transition too from personal vehicle to truck.
Yep.
And not only have you got the expense of the truck, you've got to keep it running. And I made a bad choice. The day I bought the truck, it blew the transmission. So I spent $8,000 on the used 18-foot box truck. Driving it home from Sacramento blew the transmission, which almost blew my mind because I didn't even have money to buy the truck. And then it took another $2,800 to fix the transmission. I bought it as is. So whatever it was, I'm going to inherit it. And boy, did I inherit a problem. But with saying that, it had an 18-foot box truck. Within 6 months, that box truck was overflowing with products. So the opportunities are out there. And I've always said that this is an entrepreneur's heaven.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. I mean, I'm very much an entrepreneur at heart, and that's, I also too like the element of, figuring things out, being independent and just going out there and going to get it. And that's exciting for me. And some of those thresholds, like you said, like buying a truck or getting a warehouse, those are the things that fuel you then. You're like, let's go. Like you can't turn back.
It's fun, man. It's just growing.
Yeah, right.
And next thing you know, you'll be in this thing for 20 years like all of us.
Yeah.
It's very 100%. Addictive because of that entrepreneurship.
It really is.
Yeah, you get addicted to getting new accounts and growing.
Well, you do, and then even checking, like in the morning, waking up, having a cup of coffee, checking yesterday's sales. All those pieces it becomes exciting and addicting, and then you like you said, you want to keep building and growing.
Yeah, an interesting question. I forgot to even write that down on my list here. But the thing about you that I tell everyone is you got to grow with technology. Most of us in this industry grew by the machines weren't connected to the internet. In some cases, they didn't even have credit cards. It was all cash. And then we just drove a truck around and went to machines. We didn't even know if they needed it. We just were there because we kind of were there regularly. But now you're the opposite, right? Your machines are all connected to the internet. You can see what you need before you even go.
Yeah, real-time data, which is amazing. So there's very few times I'm coming home with anything unless I'm swapping maybe a snack or a drink out that I'm trying something new.
Yeah.
But pretty much coming home with empty boxes every single time, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Because
So are you looking the night before? Are you looking the night before at all your equipment and then pre-packing to go out the next day?
Or typically what I'll do is I'll just, early in the morning, I'll pull a pick list on that cooler.
Yep.
And then I can print it off or just put it right on my phone.
Yep.
And then just pick that as needed.
Yep.
And then just bring exactly what I need for that account.
Yeah. And have you already bought the product, so you're not out buying the product as you go?
Yeah, no, I keep an inventory of product and then just be able to pick from that.
Yeah.
And, just learning down the last couple months, really what are my big sellers. So I keep, larger inventory of those items and then
keep them all stocked. Because back in the olden days especially when I did it, and most people were like this, you'd go to that account and maybe it was your top 10 accounts and you'd get there, you'd spend 30 to 40 minutes merchandising everything, and then you're out of the one product you needed. And now you're running around town, going to the local supermarkets, just trying to get it for right now.
Yeah.
And in your mind, you're like, I'm going to buy better next time so I don't have to do this. But then you wouldn't. And so you'd spend, 45 minutes getting stuck in traffic, running around trying to buy that one product to make sure the customer's happy.
Yep.
So
this new wave of technology is amazing. I mean, not only on inventory management, but just being able to understand what are your top sellers, filtering those items. Sandstar AI and the AVS machines, you can do all of that. So understanding, looking at something after a few weeks, and I'm like, wow, this is in the top 5 or low, last 5 items sold. Why do I have it in here? Maybe I should switch it out with something new. So,
definitely. Do you see anything in relationship? Well, first of all, how much food? What percentage of food is versus soda and snacks, beverages and snacks?
Yeah, my student housing location is really the only place where I'm doing like fresh sandwiches. So I do a few of them, kind of some meat and cheese trays, kind of quick grab and go items. Some burritos, things like that are just easy to eat. And then just a lot of quick college kid food, things that keep them fueled, protein bars, those elements. But food's relatively small, but I see it growing for sure.
Yeah. They always say in our industry, food will win you the accounts.
100%.
And then food will lose you the accounts.
Yep.
Because everyone wants good food.
Well, the other interesting thing with AI smart coolers is you can pitch the idea of having household necessities like paper towels and laundry detergent and things of that nature. And accounts love that idea. They're like, wow, what an amazing, convenient amenity. At the end of the day, they end up being like less than 2%, if that, of sales.
Totally.
But people, it's a great selling tactic, but it's not always the best revenue generator.
And that's the thing, right? Is you've got multiple sales going on here. First of all, you have to sell the account, and that requires one-on-one with the facility manager or whatever. You've got to get that contract signed, and now you're in. Now you've got to sell to the 50 to 100 people that are shopping that machine, right? And now it's a bit different. Tell us a little bit about your area, Milwaukee. It looks like it's a pretty hot area from what I know.
Well, Milwaukee's great for a lot of reasons. I mean, there's a lot of Class A apartments here in Milwaukee. There's a lot of manufacturing. There's tons of schools as far as universities and colleges. So you have a good mix of, young people going to whether engineering schools or UWM, Marquette University, and then the surrounding suburbs have it's not difficult to travel around Milwaukee. The traffic, not like Chicago where you're battling traffic at all hours of the day and evening.
Right.
You can cross town relatively easy in 15, 20 minutes. So that piece is really nice as far as like a route and getting around to places.
How wide is your distribution area? How much? Because that's important, right? Because you can get stuck on the freeways in this industry.
Yeah, at this point, I'm relatively small with about an 8-mile radius, but I see that expanding. Certainly is going to expand in later this year and into next year. I think the furthest I kind of want to go is about 65, 70 miles, you know, in that area at the most, but keep to that. Yeah.
Because, if you want to have great service, right, you want to be relatively close to them. So if something goes wrong, you can be over there in 20 minutes.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Good. In terms of service, is it everything that you thought it would be in terms of, I don't know, obviously you've got the AI, you've got the online connectivity, but in terms of machines, are they working fine? No little hiccups to keep them all running?
I would say they've worked pretty amazing. I've had one location I had a little issue with, cell connectivity, but that was figured out with just an updated antenna and a router. So there's little nuances that you just learn along the way in terms of, like, you may have a great cell connectivity with one provider, but the other provider isn't great. And so if you're using a SIM card in a smart machine and it's pinging back in between, like an AT&T and a Verizon per se, and like it's not it's like the Verizon's very strong, but AT&T isn't. So it's just learning those little nuances along the way. But the cool thing is if there's a problem with the machine, you can typically reset it from the app or reset it remotely before you got to have to jump in the car, get there, use a key fob, get in, check it out. Just before I do that, I try to reset it from my phone.
I like that. Were you always technologically savvy going into this business?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, not an extreme pro, but technologically savvy for sure. Yeah.
That's good. And then just willing to learn and pick it up as you go.
100%. Yeah. And just for me, it's like, you can train online or learn. I just have to put it in my hand and do it, and just try to figure it out on the fly.
That's it. Well, you're a true entrepreneur, Matt. Hey, seriously, I really appreciate you having a chat today. I know there's a ton of new people wanting to come into this industry, and there's a lot of people sitting on the sidelines. So I'm really hoping that chatting to guys like you and then other guys who've been around for 47 years, we can re-energize our industry, and it sounds like you're well on your way.
Sounds great. Thank you, Neil.
All right, Matt, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.